So I come home and I open the door and I find him and two friends in the living room watching videos on the TV, full blast. There was spilt popcorn and beer all over the floor. It looked like a college frat party had been going on. He knows I had to get up that early for work. So why in the world did he bring people over? I think it was done on purpose. I don't know for a fact, but I think it was done on purpose. There's no regard for me.
So, Mr. Reyes, did you know that Mr. Romo had this new job to start early the next morning that day?
One of the jobs, yeah. I mean, he had gone through several jobs. And actually, he was supposed to go to his mom's that night. So that's why I ended up having people over.
So you didn't expect him home?
No, I did not.
He came home. What happened?
We got into an argument, and then it led to it being physical.
So, Mr. Romo, you come home, you kick Mr. Reyes' friends out of the house. What happened after that?
We started arguing. He kind of antagonized his friends to argue with him, basically make it seem like 3-on-1. And I told him, get out. He kind of came close. I kind of just backed off like that to defend myself. He slipped in his spilt beer. His friend slipped in the spilt beer, and me too. When I went back, I slipped in the spilt beer.
Everyone took a tumble,
Yes.
but not because anybody shoved each other or anything like that.
It was all because of spilt beer.
Okay.
So he left saying he was going to call the police. I'm thinking, go ahead. I have a right
Nothing
to
happened.
kick people out. And eventually the police came, and they actually put us both in handcuffs. And at one point, when they separated us, I'm over here, he's over there. He even looked at me and said, can we just go back upstairs? Like basically saying, let's just forget this. And I said, you called the police. But then the police said, don't talk to each other. And then they came back, uncuffed him. I thought they were going to uncuff me, and that's when they said they were taking me in for domestic violence. And supposedly he got hurt, but I said, if anything, it happened when he slipped in the beer, which is not my fault.
Mr. Reyes, were you drinking that evening?
Yeah, I'd gone out. Yeah.
A lot?
I'd gone out. I mean, a couple of drinks, only because, we got to back up about 5 months before that. When he lost his job of 24 years, he started being very argumentative to me. It got to the point where I just wanted to go out a lot. So that night, yeah, I went out with friends because I didn't want to be around Danny because he had been he's always being argumentative with me.
From your perspective, was he drunk?
Yes, all of them were.
So, Mr. Reyes, were you pretty drunk?
Second of all, no, I wasn't.
Okay.
And second of all, there was no spilled beer. I don't know where he gets his story at.
All right, so tell us what happened from your perspective.
Well, I wanted to go to my room. He wanted to be argumentative. He grabbed me, and then that's where we got the police report.
How did he grab you?
By my arm, because I wanted to leave. This is the way I am. When he wants to argue with me, I want to leave.
Why call the police?
Why call the police?
Yeah.
Because he made me bleed, and they took a photo of it. They literally have photo evidence of it.
Okay. All right, so you called the police. They came. What happened?
They arrested him for assault.
I see you writing, Mr. Romo. Is there something you want to add?
Okay, so yeah, he was right. I was going through a bad time in my life. However, that all ended in late November, early December when I got my new job. By that time, my life was pretty much back together. So when we had this argument, my life was back together. We had broken up, yes. And the reason we had broken up, without going into major detail, is because when I was at a real bad time in my life, when I needed him most, he was not there for me. He was more focused around being out with his friends and seeing other people without my knowledge. And I even said, that's when I needed you most.
This is the Emergency Protective Order, Defendant's Exhibit A.
One of the many ones.
This was the first one, correct?
Yes.
Now, an Emergency Protective Order is only good for a few days.
It's good for 7 days, but
and that's to enable you to go to court and seek a restraining order if you need one. Did you do that?
Yeah, that was a restraining order for 7 days, only because of the evidence that they saw.
And this says that one of the basis for your complaint was that you were in fear because the suspect was going to after this.
Okay, now I remember, yeah. The reason why they said that specifically because I record everything he does. And so the police heard what he said that. That's why they say that.